welcome to PalaceFanTV for our Man United preview video part 2, where we're going to be trying to come up with a combined Palace and Man United team. And to do that, I've got Sam from UnitedPeoplesTV. How you doing?
Nice pen, Jim.
Nice pen to use, sir. Right, so we've decided we're going to go for the same formation that Palace United play, which is 4-2-3-1.
Makes sense.
It does make sense.
Makes sense.
Shall we start with the goalkeeper?
I think this is one point we can agree on straight away.
Okay. It's Speroni, obviously.
As good as Speroni's name is, he can't go in that team. So I'm going to have to...
I think I'm going to go De Gea. I think that's probably fair enough. Palace this season have actually got 3 goalkeepers. Speroni hasn't played. Hennessy and Alex McCarthy being the other keepers, and they've both been okay. Hennessy's done all right. McCarthy made a few mistakes that have led to goals, but has sort of been solid. None of them are De Gea quality, obviously.
So what you're arguing Speroni for? Just to argue with me?
Because he's a Palace legend.
Oh, jeez.
He's an absolute...
He's done good, but no.
Okay. Right, defence then. I feel like I'm not going to get to use this pen very much. Defence.
Where are we starting then, in defence?
Right back. Who is the Man United right back?
Darmian.
Is he any good?
Darmian was fantastic this season up until the Arsenal game where he got torn a new one. Mm-hmm. And since then, Valencia's been in. And Valencia's done quite well.
Really?
Surprisingly so, because Valencia's not a right back.
No.
I would personally argue that up until that Arsenal game, Darmian was our player of the season. And I love the kid. I think he's going to be the best right back we've had since Gary Neville. And he started off very hot. I don't know how Joel Ward's been playing.
Well, if we're going on current form, Joel Ward's actually injured and hasn't played last few weeks.
Well, ding, ding, ding.
But he's a very good player for us. Our other fullbacks, Mariappa, Martin Kelly, probably aren't as good as Darmian. I would argue that Ward on past form could be a right back in our team, but if we're going on current form, he's not playing.
Cool. I can have Darmian there, because I know we're going to get one of your centre-backs in here.
Well, this is the thing. Scott Dan, if we're going centre-backs now, Scott Dan has to be in there. He's England quality. Don't know why he's not been called up for England. Player of the season for us. I don't know. I mean, the other options, obviously, we've got Smalling and Jones are in the England squad playing well.
Both in fantastic form.
But Scott Dan, you've got to say, has been one of the most consistent defenders in the Premier League for the last year or so.
Pop him in there, mate.
He's got to go in there, isn't he? Here we go, get to use the pen for the first time.
Coming out, I'll get in there. Oh, I don't have to write Dan bigger than I wrote everything up, I'm joking. Right, so we've got Scott Dan in there. I think that's fair enough. I think there's only one player who can go in that combined 11. I hope you agree with me here. Just going to write his name on the board and then we can have a wonderful chat about him.
It better be spelled Delaney. How do you spell that? D-E-L. Smalling. Okay, well that's probably fair enough. He has had a good season.
I think Smalling's a no-brainer. I think Smalling has been one of the best players in the Premier League this season. I think anybody who argues otherwise hasn't been watching him enough. Last season he was Smalling. This season
Smalling 2.0.
Yeah, I don't know. He's upgraded his engine. He's upgraded everything. He's looking fantastic, and he looks like a defensive leader. And
fair play.
We've missed that.
Left back then. Our left back is Pape Souaré, who's a Senegalese international. Got great hair, very athletic, gets forward a lot. Didn't play the weekend because he was injured. But I would say he could, depending on who your left backs are, he could push for a spot on our team.
It depends who we're doing it. Are we doing a best overall 11, or are we going to do an 11 that could play at the weekend?
Well, with the right back, we discarded Ward, didn't we? Because he's not playing at the moment.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to have to get Shaw out of it then.
Which means maybe we go for Souaré at left back?
I mean, Rojo's only played at left back 1 or 2 times, but he was fantastic against Everton, much better than we all thought he was going to be. And he also was probably our best player against Man City, up against Kevin De Bruyne, who everyone thought was going to tear him a new one.
Good player.
So, based on his last 2 games, I would say Rojo, but that's not really enough.
Based on the season so far, I would say Souaré. He's improving for us each week. So.
Have Souaré then.
Brilliant.
Souaré.
Okay, so it's quite an even back line.
Which is quite surprising because the defence has been our strongest point this season. I think I would argue potentially that I could get Phil Jones in there as well, and I could probably get Rojo in there, but I'm just being balanced, I'm being fair.
Well,
that's nice.
And also the defences for Palace in the last season or so, that's one of the reasons that we've managed to stay up. We've had a very solid defence. Hopefully a few injuries this season, but when they come back, I think that's going to be one of the main reasons that we can hopefully kick on and get top 10 finish again.
Midfield, let's go.
Midfield, he has to be in there. His name is Johan Cabaye. He's probably one of the best players in the Premier League right now. He has to be in there.
Right,
100%.
Cabaye can get in there, but we've got to switch it around because Bastian Schweinsteiger and Morgan Schneiderlin. And Schweinsteiger, this is really grating me because other fans of other teams, it seems like he's turned into a new character that you can't really appreciate him unless you watch him.
I like him. I like Schweinsteiger.
I think
it's quality.
if you play him in the right position, then don't ask him to run around the whole game.
Right.
If you ask him to run around the whole game, he hasn't got the legs for it
Midfielders
anymore.
do have to run.
Yeah, but no, if you've got someone like Schneiderlin who's there doing all the running, and you just say to Schweinsteiger, just dictate the play, just play that Scholes role.
Okay.
He's fantastic.
Well, does that mean we're going to move Cabaye into a number 10 position?
I think that's fair because for United, there's nobody. I would probably put Herrera in there if I really want to argue with you. But I'm just in the fairness of equality and balance.
And also, this is something Palace fans...
Cabaye's been good, man.
He's been great, and Palace fans have been actually wondering this season whether Cabaye should be playing number 10. He plays deeper for us, but we need someone who can create and unlock defences. Cabaye can do that. We're hoping he could play further forward. So maybe, if he's further forward in our team here, Pards will see that and hopefully move him further forward into number 10 position in real life, because we think he could really do a job for us there. So we're going Schneiderlin and Schweinsteiger, which Schweinerlin. There you go. That can not be a thing. And then we're going to stick.
Schweiner. Did you really say Schweinerlin?
Schweinerlin.
Schmidfield, man.
Schmidfield.
It's Schmidfield. Well, we coined that phrase months ago. Surely you've been watching our videos.
It's looking good. Our team's looking very good so far, to be fair.
There's 3 Palace fans, 3 players in there. That's
more than I thought at the start of the video. So we got the wings now. You got someone you think should 100% be in there?
Yeah, there's only one who's going to go in there.
There's only one.
Yeah, sorry, cheesy. So I had to get it out. I had it in my system. Sorry, I feel better now.
Okay.
But Matt has been fantastic this season. I think that's all you can really say. More than anybody expected in that right wing position.
He's normally central, isn't he?
Yeah, well, everyone's saying, oh, play him centrally. But he doesn't defend well. He can get pushed off the ball like a whippet. He's a whippet. He's tiny.
Yeah.
He hasn't got any strength. That's not his strength. Is not his strength.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Good.
That was really good. I like that.
I think he can go in. So he'll be on the right of midfield.
Yeah.
Obviously, with Palace, our wingers are our strong point, and we need them to be on form to play well. Unfortunately, last few weeks they haven't been playing particularly well. But when they have, Wilf Zaha, obviously ex-Man United player, has had moments this season where he's really changed games for us. Came in against Watford, won a penalty, was brilliant against West Brom. I would argue he could potentially be our left wing spot. Balassi, if we're going on form, has sort of been up and down. We all know what Zaha can do.
I would say that if we're going on Champions League form, I could get Memphis Depay in there. But Premier League form, he's been slow and sketchy. He hasn't really hit the rhythm yet. Everyone knows he can. I'm hoping he starts against you because we need a player like that. We need to get some life into our attack. So
we do as well, to be fair. But we know with our wingers.
Personally, I would choose Balassi over Zaha. I think he offers more. I think he's a more rounded player. I think Zaha still depends on his tricks. I think if a trick doesn't work for Balassi, he's still got the power.
Yeah. But I would say at the moment, Balassi is struggling for form. He's been very quiet last few games.
Well, I'll leave that up to you. I'm actually giving you the choice.
Are we going form or...?
I don't know. You tell me. I'm not your mind.
Do you know what? In the hopes that it'll bring out the best of him on Saturday against his former team, I'm going to go Zaha.
Right. Put him in.
Which leaves us...
with one position.
Leaves us with one position up top. Palace have had 0 strikers this season. The good ones are injured. The bad ones are not playing very well. So I really cannot push for a Palace striker here.
And there's definitely one striker I'm not pushing for. So you're going to notice that Wayne Rooney is not going to be in this combined 11.
Yeah,
and
interesting.
I think that says a lot about him. I think other fans of other teams are starting to realise just how poor Rooney is right now. It's not just United fans being spoiled and saying, oh, he's had a crap game. Oh, no. He's playing crap every single game. And there's somebody who is not playing crap every single game. And his name...
Martial. Very, very good signing. Came in for a lot of money from Man United this season. And people wondered whether he would be worth that. But so far, he's proving to be very good for you.
And I've written him in big...
And underlined him.
Underlined him.
Don't know if that's allowed.
I've just done it right. It's basically making him our captain on the board. Martial, as far as Palace fans are concerned, that's the one player you've got to worry about at the weekend. I would say that if Rooney plays, he's cumbersome. He's not the Rooney that everyone grew up watching in the Premier League. But Martial right now is just like his hotcakes. Everything he touches is turned into gold. It's fantastic. No one can control him. At the weekend, City had to have Sanya. Who else was down there? Fernandinho and company all squeezing Martial in, and he would still do 2 or 3 of them. But it was. If I want Martial to play centre forward against you, if he plays out in the wing, it's going to be very annoying. But I think he'll have more success in the wing than he would have had against City, because I think...
Depending, I think, on who plays in the Palace defence.
Exactly.
But, I mean, we would love someone like Martial up front. So there you go. That's our combined Palace and Man United team. More Palace players in there than I thought we were going to get in there, but I think you can.
I think that's pretty fair, you know.
Pretty decent team, isn't it?
I think I would potentially argue about a couple of them, but I'm just being honest and letting you. I say honest. I'm just being balanced.
There we go. Well, thanks very much for coming on, Sam.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate it, and thanks for watching, guys. Comment below with your thoughts. Who would be your combined Palace Man United team? Drop a like if you enjoyed this video and want to see more things like this on the channel, and don't forget to follow us on Snapchat and Instagram. And we'll see you again soon. Cheers.